Hello, just wanted to make a video. I just made a video, but it's a little bit not great, but I'll try to make this one better. So, it's about talking about Jehovah's Witnesses, how it was to be raised as a Jehovah's Witness, and how is it different from anything else. First of all, as a Jehovah's Witness, you have 5 hours of meetings per week. So you need to prepare, dress up, put hair gel, and wear a suit and tie for every meeting. So there's 3 meetings per week. So you show up, you have a little socialization before and after. You have chanting, like singing, and you have prayer, and then the talks. And so you need to be listening to the talks and doing comments. So ever since I'm a child, I was doing that. The more comments, the better. And so we're studying the literature that comes from the organization. And the book study, for example, we have a book on the stories of Jesus, for example. So we have illustrated chapters of this of the different elements of the story of Jesus, the story of the Bible. I grew up listening to the stories from the Bible, from Adam and Eve to Abraham to Moses to Jesus to Joshua and the Israelites. And so for us, we would listen to the Ten Commandments, and we believe that this is actually what happened in the past. And so the lessons that we can get from these stories, that we think that they're not just stories, but they actually happened, are guidance from God that's teaching us how to act in the world. So, for example, Moses that had this life as a prince of Egypt and he decided to go with the slaves is a good example for us, because if we have the chance to have a life in this system, would we prefer to uh, wouldn't we prefer to have a more difficult life, but be a good person, and, be live with more integrity and morals. So and be more authentic. So this is kind of the take that I was getting from. So there's life lessons that are taught to us from early age through all our life to uh, teach us about how to act based on stories from the Bible, from the Israelites. A lot of it has to do with obeying direction, obeying the organization, being submissive. Are we going to go with the rebellious people that are thinking that they're better, that they have more insight than God, or are we going to go with people that are obeying God? Uh, so we also have the 3 days assembly in the summer, and we have 3 assemblies. We have these are full day lengths, like 6 hours of the program of talks and everything. So when I get a little bit older in the Kingdom Hall, I can volunteer, so I can pass the microphones. I can be at the console to put on the tapes to play the backing track for the singing. And whenever there's chore, like mowing the lawn, shoveling the snow from the roof, cleaning the windows, cleaning the hall, or have any brothers or sisters who request help, then I can just show up and be a volunteer and help out. So there was a lot of that, being a volunteer. But you're also not supposed to make friends in school or anywhere outside of the Jehovah's Witnesses. So not partake in any extracurricular activities. So you can go to public school, but you cannot be a part of anything that's outside of the main program. You're not allowed to see the students outside of the main program. So if somebody invites you over to watch a movie or sleep over, you're not supposed to accept. You're not supposed to accept if somebody wants to date, uh, and because it's you're supposed to date only in the organization. Uh, so you're not supposed to prioritize school because school you're not supposed to pursue higher education. So um, at the same time that I was doing my school, my public school, which I loved, I was doing those meetings, doing the talks. Started doing talks at 10 years old, doing a talk in front of 150 people. By the way, the Kingdom Hall is something that is not decorated, so it's not like a church, a Catholic church. It's not a big structure. It's very basic, and it's not. There's no images because we think that's idolatry to have a representation of what God looks like. So it's very basic, very straight. The focus is on studying. If you want to grow as a mature spiritual man, then you need to study, read the publications. It's through understanding that you grow as a person. It's through like doing what the humility, through a genuine approach of really trying to understand that you can grow, that this attitude of being humble, and really trying to understand what's required of you. So um, so there's also the preaching, which is something that starts really early also. So it's trying to give away the publications to non-Jehovah's Witness in preaching work. So it's at knocking on doors and giving out tracts, or that's what Jehovah's Witnesses are known for. So it's trying to approach and trying to make a conversation that's interesting enough for the people to be curious and to want to know more about us, because we believe that we have the truth, and we're the only people who are going to survive when Armageddon happens, which is going to happen very soon. So in our lifetime. So we need to be able to, even if it's tricking people, if it's to save their life, it's okay. It's working. It's worth it. So we're trying to learn, memorize presentations to be able. We have actually a school of ministry on Thursday that has paragraphs that are exactly, they tell you what to say when you're at the door, how to make the conversation interesting, and then you count your time and you submit your time at the end of the month, and they want you to do about an average of 10 hours. Uh, So there's talks also. So uh, passing the microphones, reading at the Bible study, doing talks, number two talks, which I did since I'm 10 years old. Was my mother that was writing it because I couldn't write it myself. It was supposedly bad what I was writing, so it's okay. I'm not gonna write it. I'm just gonna read it and memorize it. So it's a Bible reading. It's for 5 minutes, and with a comment on it. And it could be in the big place, or it can be in the small place. So you have two different rooms, and so you have a meeting in a smaller room, and you have a meeting in the bigger room. And we separate so we can have more students, I guess, in the to do the talks. So as for rules, we're not supposed to celebrate birthdays, holidays, no Christmas, no Halloween. Of course, we're not allowed to attend other religious celebrations. No, like going for the Catholic or being involved in other religions. It's exclusive. We're not allowed to be open to kind of other religious experiences. Uh, so once I got old enough, I could start sitting in front of the Kingdom Hall and sit straight, have my briefcase on my legs, and start and just research the Bible verses when they were said. It's also encouraged, not only encouraged, but almost a must that you need to take notes. So just to make sure that you're really paying attention, you follow the words in your Bible and you take notes from what is said. And it has to be good notes, not just something good. So that's part of it. And then really the you the more like you I got involved to be baptized, you need to actively make friends and show love to your brothers and sisters and get baptized. So this means devoting your life to God. So this means prioritizing the kingdoms, prioritizing the spirituality as the first thing in life, and your service, because you think that's the right thing to do, and be if you can get if you can get privilege, that is being a shepherd, so being the go-to person, somebody that has more responsibility, that can do more talks, that can be the go-to person if somebody has a problem, that they can just go and see you to get help. So you're that person that's the helper. If you have a title, a good title in the congregation, like elder, ministerial servant, uh, surveillant. So uh, that's kind of something to aspire to, because you think that these people are more spiritual, more moral, higher, doing better than maybe other people. So, and that's what they tell you. You need to be just really devoted 100%. There's nothing else in your life than that, than Jehovah's Witnesses. And there's also the doing Kingdom Hall constructions, which I wanted to do. So, and I did also. Um, don't know if there's anything else that I can add on that. Probably I'm gonna remember when I'm finished with the video. Okay, I think that's it. I don't have anything else. So basically, but you do have a personal study, a lot of personal study. You're supposed to be meditating a lot. You're supposed to be reading a lot in the publications, trying to understand things, and prayer. Prayer has a big part, and it's not a prayer. I even before I was baptized as a teenager, I was asked to do prayer publicly. So you're representing the congregation, to have this dialogue with God. Like we we have gratitude and we have requests. So it's kind of a relationship. It's supposed to be like a friend. So it's to have a dialogue with God, and you're supposed to be praying a lot and meditating a lot, just trying to focus on spiritual things and spirit and Bible teachings, anything that relates to Jesus. Usually, they have a lot of things that require that things that talk about the Israelites and how it applies to us today. Um, and you have the occasional outing between Christians, between Jehovah's Witnesses, because you're not allowed to have friends outside of that. So you need a four-door car to do preaching, and I don't know. I think that's it. So thank you for listening. Bye.